Radical. Welcome to part 2 of Radical Rapid Fire Cop Response for June 20th through June 26, 2022. Short comments, quick replies. Baltimore Retro Gaming. She better be careful or she might leave the flea market pregnant. Hey, no worries there. And you actually got the first milk because your emoji was a pregnant woman, correct? So technically pregnant women have milk, so that qualifies as, the first milky emoji. No worries there because, I'm dedicated to the table. I might flirt, but I'm not moving away from the table to take someone away for a quickie. And no worries about getting anyone pregnant because, I always wrap it. I mean, hell, Trojan should be a sponsor here. Should be. Infinite Recursion. Rich said he's inviting YouTubers over for a barbecue in August. Maybe you can get an invitation. Rich, Review Tech USA. I had a response to you. I said, I don't really give a fuck about what that fat loser says or does. Take my advice and don't be like much of my current loser audience that obsess over him. I get these people to come by on some of my uploads. And through the years, I've had quite a bit on Review Tech USA. And they say, why do you care? Why are you obsessing? And I reply to them, I don't care. I'm not obsessing. But much of my current audience do care, and they do obsess over this fat loser. Rune Mamba. I don't think any game was ever 4K 60 on the One X or PS4 Pro, but damn, 3 years later Sony buys Bungie. Waste of $4 billion if you ask me though. $4 billion for a company that makes one game. Well, I guess you gotta look at the financials. It depends on what game it is. Let's say it's a game like Minecraft. Or let's say it's a game like, a very, very popular game that lots of people play and interact with. Destiny, though? Like, they didn't buy Bungie just for Destiny. Believe me, Rune Mamba. Okay? They didn't spend $4 billion. That's crazy. $4 billion. I mean, even if the company winds up making a couple stellar games, I think it's more of like a posturing move, like, yeah, bitch, look what we did. We bought Destiny. It's still a terrible buy. It's overpaying. I mean, what, did they just want to get Bungie to take them off the table so Microsoft couldn't, bring back Bungie to make some decent Halo games? Maybe it's just a strategic move. Because believe me, it seems like 343 they can't make amazing Halo games like early on. Just in my opinion, as someone that absolutely loves the first Halo, for instance. Albert Menendez. Teach them to bring cash is radical advice. People today think everyone is set up and willing to accept cash apps nowadays. It is pretentious and annoying. Yes. Okay, so the flea market. It's not Target. It's not Walmart. It's not Dick's Sporting Goods, okay? What's wrong with you if you're not bringing cash to the flea market? You just assume, you're just pretentious. You assume people are set up with their cash apps. In the flea market? Come on. Bring cash. Bring cash. It's not that hard to do. And some of you might say, well, what if you're an elderly lady or something and you're afraid to get robbed or whatnot? Just bring cash, or come in groups, right? It's just, to me, am I wrong on this? I'm not rude to people, but I look at them and I say, listen, you want to buy anything from this table? You want these good deals? Bring cash next time. Bring cash. Mr. Self-Improvement. Well, fellas, that's pretty much a masterclass right there in flirting the correct way. You can look like an old leather baseball mitt, but if you can keep her laughing like that and stay charming and approachable, then you have a chance, even when you weren't looking for one. Well, I agree and disagree with this. As well, most times, if you actually hear audio of me flirting and whatnot, I do it the correct way. You actually have to, bounce off the female's vibes. You have to actually, if you're really great at it, if you're a master flirter, a lot of times it can, lead to sex if you wanted to. A lot of times not. A lot of times you're just sharpening your blade, as I often do. And it's just fun. Flirting is very fun. You learn lots of things about yourself while you're flirting also sometimes. But you can't look like an old leather baseball mitt if you don't have a lot of things going on. Like there are, I guess, examples to where maybe a rich celebrity, like a William Shatner, can maybe flirt. Remember me, I am Captain Kirk. Like, if you're actually a celebrity, if you're a star, if you roll up in a freaking Ferrari, then yes, maybe you can attract some younger females. Because A, you have money, and B, you're a celebrity. But attractive women have lots of options. Believe me, an attractive woman will skip over a 70, 80-year-old man to be with a 20-year-old Adonis just because. I mean, there are limits to it. Like, I mean, yeah. I'm not saying like maybe someone that's maybe a little fugly, if they're really smooth, can maybe land a hot one. If the hot one is an easy hoe. So there's that factor also. I should do like a masterclass in flirting. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? Shawnee, still haven't played this game, and I believe it's free for the base game. I lost interest after buying the first one and felt robbed. Yeah, I played Destiny for a little bit, and it just became so boring, so empty, just felt like a loop, right? I just expected more. Not saying the mechanics weren't good. The mechanics were good, but after a while, I just lost interest. And I do not think, Shawnee, I'm going to sell Destiny 1 and Destiny 2 for $10 each. I do not think that. How much did I pay for Destiny 2 Taken King? I'm not sure. It might have been 30 years back. And I got an Xbox, and Destiny was the free game that I got with it. Because all the hype. That game was hyped to the moon, so I'm like, okay. There's a deal where, the original Xbox One, the, one with the Kinect. I didn't get to Kinect, but when I got mine, it was $400, and there was a free game offered. A Madden game was actually built in, and a free game was offered. And I chose Destiny. And that was a poor choice. But, hype. Hype. It was everywhere. You had to get Destiny. Rayburr80. One of my favorite shows is Squidbillies. I just need one of those early color hats. Yes, those hats. Those amazing hats. They are trucker hats. And you can actually get replicas of those hats, actually. I looked on Etsy, and they actually have replicas of some of those early color hats. I don't know if Adult Swim, if there's a place where you could actually go get Squidbillies merchandise. That's a great idea. Okay, on my thumbnail here, I have a sampling of some of these. Did I use the free hat limit one? I don't know. I used Booty Hunter, nice legs, what time they open? I can't do a perfect early color. It's a hard voice to replicate. Hold my hat while I have sex with your wife. And then breathe if you're horny. I love that one. Breathe if you're horny. Because if you see the show, Early Kyler a lot of times tries to, he flirts the wrong way. The wrong way. He's not smooth at all. And this is one character, Glenn, where he's always constantly trying to have sex with his wife. And just a hilarious show, like I said. But those hats, I think any of us probably could use some of those hats. Just for the conversation alone, going places and wearing a Booty Hunter hat. People might kick you out of their establishments for some of those hats until you explain to them, wait. It's from a show called Squidbillies. They probably wouldn't know what Squidbillies is. Yeah, definitely. If you know what Squidbillies is and you've seen that show, then it's a hilarious fucking show. You need to look it up and watch some right now, I suggest.